We live in a society of sitting. Our everyday life has become just a bunch of different seats throughout a day serving a different purpose. As soon as we wake up, we're faced with our first chair. We eat breakfast while sitting. And then we go to work or school to sit even more. And sitting in front of your computer the whole day doesn't help either. Of course, in the evening we have to sit down to have the dinner. And to get rid of our dinner, we also have to sit. And after all this exhausting sitting, we obviously deserve some rest. And what do? We just go and sit even more. But did our grandparents sit as much as well? While we work sitting on our butts, they stood there working to assemble cars for hours day after day. Ironically, today these cars help you sit down while you're on your way to your next seat. In 50 years, we changed our lifestyle from moving around to sitting all day long. Without even realizing, we got completely attached to this habit of sitting everywhere. That makes you think, isn't this quite unusual for human beings? What if we took someone who is a total couch potato and make him run marathons every day? Or only barely let him sit down anymore? The body would not be able to handle this change. This also goes both ways. If you look through evolutionary time frame, the change of our sitting habits is very sudden and radical. Can our bodies handle this? Can we adapt so quickly from moving to sitting? How is the human body handling this extreme evolvement? Can we sit this much all day? What is sitting doing to us? To answer this, we have found plenty of scientific research about this topic.
When you sit down, the electrical activity in your muscles shuts down. Your muscles are then totally inactive. This means that your calorie burning rate immediately drops to about 1/3 of what it would be when you're walking.
Besides the lack of calorie burning, is there any other differences between moving and sitting?
The muscles you activate when you're moving, like walking, are very rich in enzymes. And those enzymes, they grab the fat and the cholesterol from your blood. And what they do is they burn the fat into energy, and also they take the cholesterol and shift it from LDL, that's a bad kind, to HDL, the good kind. So that means that when you're sitting, these enzymes are not at work. There is a decrease of almost 90% of the enzyme activity, which means that all that fat keeps circulating in the blood and clogs the arteries.
As a consequence, it is not surprising that cardiovascular diseases are twice as common among people who sit a lot. But there is even more going on. Insulin effectiveness describes how well your body can process carbs and sugars. When you sit down for too long, your insulin effectiveness goes down, which means that your body will try to store more of those carbs and sugars as fat. Simultaneously, your risk of developing type 2 diabetes increases.
So, when you sit all day, then exercising, even severe exercising, will not help. Sitting at your desk for 8 hours a day is bad, really bad. No matter if you are obese or have a six-pack, it doesn't really matter. It's important for our society to sit less and move more. Not just focusing on losing weight, but focused on exercising, on moving around.
The message is clear. Sitting is really bad for us. Naturally, the question arises, is human body even made for sitting in the first place? That this is not the case becomes even clearer when taking a look at our skeleton. And in order to find more about this, we went to our local hospital. So the spine is specifically designed to absorb shocks. Therefore, the back is shaped in an S-curve so that it allows the suspension. The vertebrae are arranged according to their size, starting with the smallest ones at the top. This design enables the spine to actively absorb shocks. Between the vertebrae, there's an intervertebral disc which acts as pillows to take up the shocks. And sitting is disturbing this function.
Schijven, de zwerfschijven, die worden wat meer in elkaar gedrukt, omdat de wervels meer erop komen te staan. En als je dat maar lang genoeg volhoudt, en zeker als je heel erg onderuit gezakt zit, dan krijg je nog meer druk op de tussenwervelschijven en dan worden de ligamenten die daarin zitten beschadigd. En dat kan op den duur ook leiden tot een hernia.
It's clear that we're not made for sitting. And sitting this much is literally killing us through obesity and cardiovascular diseases.
So, what can we do to keep away from sitting and killing ourselves with this deadly habit? If exercising after a long day of work doesn't help, what will?
So the most important thing is to interrupt sitting wherever you can. It has been shown that small movements significantly increase the metabolic rate. Of course, most of us can't escape their office jobs, but even fidgeting while you sit helps. Small movements, whatever you do, small exercises. So instead of sitting for 2 hours straight, get up, take the phone, make sure that the phone is at least a little removed from your desk. Don't use the elevator, take the stairs. When you commute in the train or the tram, don't sit, stand, or walk to the next step, the next stop. Look always for opportunity to move around. You don't have to do intense workout. Just simple movement will help a lot.
So, what are we waiting for? Do we want to keep sitting and kill ourselves? Or are we going to get up and use our body for what it was made for?
Get up, stand up for your right.